Something different is happening to you, and this is not a coincidence. It is not something that can be explained by medical exams or medication. These are physical changes that indicate an ongoing spiritual awakening. Although the world around you may not understand, you are experiencing a profound internal transformation that is beginning to reflect physically in your body. The signs you have been experiencing are your body's responses to a deeper connection with the divine. What seemed to be fatigue or discomfort is, in fact, your spirit expanding and adjusting to a new phase. God is preparing you for something grand, and this is not something to be ignored. Spiritual awakening is a real process and often difficult to comprehend, but with it comes the promise of something greater. This video will show you the 7 most common physical signs that accompany a true spiritual awakening. Signs that indicate something deep is happening to you, and that you are being guided toward the fulfillment of your divine purpose. It is not easy, but with each step you take, you are becoming more aligned with God's plan for your life. Do not be alarmed by what is happening in your body. If you are feeling these signs, understand that it is just the beginning of a transformative spiritual journey. And if this content resonates with you, follow the channel to learn more about your process and how it can help you grow even more on this journey. An inner transformation. Have you ever suddenly felt an intense heat running through your body? It is neither fever nor physical discomfort. This heat seems to come from within, as if it is being activated by something greater. Often it arises during prayers, meditations, or even moments of great emotional surrender. But what does this mean? This spiritual heat is a clear sign that something is happening inside you. When you feel this heat, it is not just physical discomfort. It indicates that a process of transformation is underway. God is releasing something in your spirit for you to grow and transform. This is the moment when you begin to align with a higher purpose. The heat should not be ignored. It is not a symptom of illness, but a divine energy that is activating and purifying your inner self. This heat is like a flame that dissolves everything that no longer serves you for your next level. As you feel this heat, you are being prepared for a new phase, to receive something greater and deeper. This sign indicates that you are being refined, that you are being shaped for what God has reserved for your life. When this heat appears, know that it is a reflection of the inner change you are experiencing. It may be uncomfortable, but it is part of a process of purification and growth. It is an energy that paves the way for what is to come. Sometimes, it can be difficult to understand what is happening, but spiritual heat is like an internal cleansing, preparing your being to receive new energies and a new vision. When it arises, stop and notice what is happening. It is a sign that your spirit is expanding. The sensation of heat can also be a moment of alignment, where your energy begins to vibrate more intensely with the energies of the universe. You are being tuned in with the divine, and this is something powerful. This inner transformation is an opportunity to leave behind everything that limits your growth and move toward a fuller life that is connected with God's purpose. So, when you feel this heat, do not think that something is wrong. On the contrary, it is proof that something divine is being worked within you. The process may be challenging, but remember that every step you take on this path is a step toward a more enlightened future aligned with the divine plan. You are being shaped for a fuller, more connected, and more authentic life. If you are experiencing this heat, know that it is part of your spiritual awakening. God is preparing you for the next stage of your journey. Embrace this transformation with faith and confidence, for the best is yet to come. Divine presence in your life. Have you ever felt a sudden chill, as if something invisible had touched your body? This chill that comes without explanation may seem simple, but in reality, it is a much deeper sign. The chills are not just physical reactions, but manifestations of something spiritual that is happening to you. When you begin to feel these chills, do not ignore what your body is telling you. They are clear signs of a greater presence around you, the divine presence that begins to become more tangible in your life. Often, these chills arise during moments of prayer or meditation, when you are connecting with the divine, seeking answers, or simply feeling the peace of God. They occur when the spirit is being touched, when something greater is communicating with you in a subtle but powerful way. These chills are not random. They are your body's way of recognizing that the spiritual world is closer, that God is present in a more tangible way. Many times these chills happen when you hear a word that resonates deeply in your heart, or when you find yourself in an environment charged with positive and spiritual energy. They are a clear sign that you are being touched by something divine, even if you cannot see or directly touch it. When you feel these chills, it's as if your soul is being awakened to a new reality, to a new perception of the spiritual world. You start to notice things differently, as if your vision is clearer, more focused on what really matters. These chills can also arise when you receive an answer to a prayer or when you are about to make an important decision and feel that the divine presence is guiding you. If you identify with these moments of chills, understand that it is not just a reaction from your body. It is a confirmation that you are in tune with the divine and that your spiritual connection is strengthening. These signs are a way for God to show you that He is working in your life, that He is guiding you and preparing you for something greater. When these chills appear, take a moment to feel the presence of God around you. They are a reminder that you are not alone. Even if you do not see it, the spiritual world is constantly moving around you. God is present, and these signs are just one of the ways He uses to communicate with you. Embrace these signs with gratitude. They are an opportunity to deepen your connection with the divine and to understand that you are on the right path. Spiritual awakening brings many signs, and the chills are just one of them. They are an invitation for you to perceive the presence of God more deeply and to begin living with greater awareness of your spirituality. Restless sleep, night awakening. Have you been waking up in the middle of the night, especially between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.? If the answer is yes, know that this is not a coincidence. For many people undergoing a spiritual awakening, this type of experience is common. These early morning hours are often seen as a time of greater spiritual connection, when the spirit is more tuned in to the divine. It is not uncommon to feel pressure in your chest or a sensation of being called during these hours. It can feel strange, almost as if something is calling you to awaken. This can be interpreted as a clear sign that God is trying to communicate with you during this quiet and deep moment. Waking up at these times indicates that your body is adjusting to a more intimate communication with heaven. It may feel uncomfortable or even disturbing, but do not ignore what your body is trying to show you. Spiritual awakening often manifests during the night, when the world around you is silent. This quietness is the perfect opportunity for you to receive divine messages, to adjust your mind and heart. The feeling of waking up with the sense that something important is happening is no coincidence. It is your spirit connecting with something greater and your soul responding to the energy of the universe. If you feel pressure in your chest or a calling, it does not necessarily mean a physical problem. It may be your body's response to the level of spiritual energy that is expanding. Spiritual awakening often comes with internal adjustments that the body needs to make to withstand the new level of perception and connection. This adaptation process can be challenging, but it is also a confirmation that you are being prepared for a deeper level of spiritual awareness. These night awakenings can also be moments of reflection and meditation. If you wake up with a sense of something important, try to use this time to connect with your spirit. Say a prayer, or simply sit in silence, allowing yourself to hear and feel the divine presence. These moments of silence, although seemingly uncomfortable, can be fundamental to your spiritual growth. It is not uncommon that upon waking during these times, you may feel a new clarity or insight. You may notice that your mind is more open, or that new ideas and solutions are appearing in your head. These are signs that your connection with the divine is being strengthened. Your soul is preparing to receive more spiritual wisdom and understanding. And this process often occurs during the hours of the night, when the world is quieter. If this pattern of waking up during the early morning repeats, try to see it not as an inconvenience, but as an opportunity. Spiritual awakening is not a linear and easy process. It brings challenges and moments of discomfort, but it also offers opportunities for growth and transformation. Embrace these moments of night awakening to deepen your connection with the divine and to better understand the path that is being prepared for you. Pains and sensations in the body. The purification process. When you are going through a spiritual awakening, you may start to notice pains in your body that have no medical explanation. These pains can arise suddenly, without any obvious reason, and may be intense, especially in your back, shoulders, or even in your head. If you are feeling this, know that you are not alone, and it is not uncommon for the chosen ones. These pains are not a sign that something is wrong with your body, but rather indicate that something is happening at the spiritual and energetic level. When the spirit begins to purify itself, there is a process of releasing old emotions, traumas, and fears that have been stored inside. The body, as the temple of the spirit, also undergoes this process, feeling the consequences of this internal transformation. It is as if the body is accompanying the changes at the spiritual level. As you release what no longer serves you, past traumas, old grievances, or emotional blockages, the body needs to adjust to this new energy. Often this comes with physical discomfort because the energy is moving more intensely, clearing what needs to be released. This purification process can be uncomfortable, but it is necessary for you to reach the next level of your spiritual journey. These pains may seem challenging, but it is important not to be frightened by them. They are part of the healing and growth process. The body is adjusting to support the new level of spiritual frequency and the new state of consciousness that you are reaching. What you are experiencing is, in fact, a sign that you are releasing emotional and spiritual burdens that no longer belong in your life. This process is not instantaneous and may require patience. Spiritual awakening is an ongoing journey where every part of you, both physically and spiritually, needs to be adjusted and purified. As these pains and sensations arise, try not to view them as a burden, but as an opportunity to connect more deeply with your inner self. Every pain you feel is preparing you for something greater, something deeper. Remember that this is not a punishment, but a cleansing process. You are being shaped to carry a purer energy that is more aligned with your divine purpose. If you feel pains or sensations in your body, try to remind yourself that this is a natural part of the transformation. Allow yourself to go through this with serenity and confidence that the best is yet to come. This purification can also be seen as a way for the spirit to prepare for the true mission that God has for you. The release process is necessary for you to become a stronger and wiser version of yourself. When these pains arise, take a deep breath, trust your process, and know that you are being prepared for a life filled with more light, love, and spiritual wisdom. Therefore, Even if the process seems challenging, remember that everything that is happening is part of your spiritual growth. These pains are temporary, but the lessons they provide will stay with you forever. Increased sensitivity, feeling more than ever. As you deepen your spiritual awakening, something remarkable begins to happen. Your senses become more heightened. Sounds that were once almost imperceptible start to become intense, and you notice details around you that previously went unnoticed. This is not a coincidence, but rather a clear sign that your spiritual perception is expanding. You begin to perceive the energies around you in a more intense way. Conversations, environments, even the gestures of people seem to have a greater impact on you. Something as simple as a word or a gesture can carry deep emotional weight, and you start to easily pick up on the emotions of others, as if you are more attuned to what lies beyond words. Your empathy grows, and you begin to feel more than others do. This new perception is not limited solely to what you hear or see physically. Your soul is increasingly connected to the invisible, to what cannot be touched but is equally real. You start to notice how the energies of people affect the environment and your own energy. Situations that were once common now seem intense, charged with spiritual meanings that you had not noticed before. This heightened spiritual sensitivity may be unsettling at first. What once seemed simple can now affect you deeply. You may feel the emotions of other people so intensely that sometimes it feels like you are living their experiences as well. This is a sign that your ability to perceive and understand the energies around you is expanding. Throughout this journey, it is important to know that this is not a burden but a blessing. Your increased sensitivity is a spiritual tool that connects you more deeply with what lies beyond the physical. This means that you have the capacity to understand people, situations, and even environments in a way that many others cannot. Your empathy and perception are gifts that can be used to help those around you. As this sensitivity increases, your intuition also becomes sharper. You will begin to notice that you can trust your feelings and perceptions more. That instinct you once ignored now becomes a reliable guide. This process of connecting with the spiritual world makes you more attentive, more aware, and more present in what is happening around you. Over time, you will begin to use this sensitivity in a balanced way. You will learn to protect your energy, knowing when to step away from situations or people that may drain your energy. Your ability to connect with the divine and with the energies around you will be a gift, but also a responsibility. As you learn to handle this power, you will become more capable of using your empathy and sensitivity to bring healing and understanding to the world. Remember, this heightened sensitivity is a natural part of spiritual awakening. It is here to guide you and to help you fulfill the divine purpose that has been destined for you. Change in appetite. The body adjusting. As you go through a spiritual awakening, your body begins to respond in unexpected ways, and one of the most notable changes is the shift in appetite. You may notice that certain foods you once enjoyed no longer taste the same, or simply do not please you as before. This is not just a temporary change or a matter of taste, but rather a direct reflection of a profound internal transformation. Your body is adjusting to accommodate the new spiritual energies that are being activated. As you begin to expand your consciousness, your body also needs to align with these new frequencies. Heavy or processed foods, which were once common, may start to make you feel more tired or even overloaded. This happens because your body is adjusting to receive and process more subtle and elevated energies. In this process, you may feel a strong need to change your diet, seeking lighter, more natural and nutritious options. Fruits, vegetables, and simpler foods begin to seem more appealing. Your body intuitively starts to crave foods that are more aligned with your new spiritual frequency. helping to maintain the balance and energy necessary to continue your journey of transformation. Moreover, this change in appetite can also be a sign that you are becoming more aware of the impact food has on your energy and well-being. What you eat is not just physical fuel, but also affects your spiritual and emotional energy. The body, now more in tune with the divine, craves foods that nourish more deeply, not just at the physical level, but also at the energetic level. Although these changes may seem uncomfortable at first, they are clear signs that you are adjusting to your new spiritual reality. As you embrace this transformation, you will also be taking care of the temple that is your body, ensuring that it is ready to fulfill the divine mission that God has for you. Remember that these changes are part of a larger process of purification and alignment with the divine. Trust your body and the process that is happening within you. By adjusting your diet, you will be helping to create a healthier and more balanced environment for your spiritual energy to flourish even more. Vibrational sensations in the body, activated spiritual energy. One of the most common sensations during a spiritual awakening is the emergence of vibrations or tingling in different parts of the body. These signs may begin in the hands, feet, or even at the crown of the head, and they are a clear indication that your spiritual energy is being activated and realigned. When you feel these vibrations, it's as if your body is adjusting to a higher and subtler frequency, allowing you to connect more deeply with the divine. These physical sensations are not merely accidental. They are responses from your body to the spiritual work that is occurring in your life. Spiritual awakening does not happen only at the emotional or mental level. It also has a direct impact on the physical body. The vibrations are one of the most tangible ways to perceive that something is changing within your inner being. Your energy, which was once stagnant or at a lower frequency, is now being realigned to a higher frequency, more connected with the divine. It is important to understand that these vibrational sensations are not a sign of discomfort or something negative. On the contrary, they are a sign that you are becoming more sensitive to the spiritual energies that are around you. Your body is adjusting to integrate these higher energies and to connect with the divine purpose that God has for you. Each vibration is like a fine-tuning of your being to align with a higher spiritual vibration. If you are experiencing these sensations, do not ignore them. They are part of the healing and transformation process you are undergoing. Over time, these vibrations may become more intense as you more deeply align with your divine purpose. They are a confirmation that you are in tune with what is happening on the spiritual plane, and that your connection with God is strengthening. This process can be challenging, but it is essential for your spiritual growth. By noticing these signs, you can understand that you are being prepared for something greater, for a divine purpose. Every physical sensation you experience is a preparation for the next phase of your awakening. And when you embrace these changes, allow yourself to feel and understand what is happening, you align even more with God's plan for your life. If you identify with any of these signs, do not ignore them. Allow yourself to experience this transformation and share your experiences in the comments below. Who knows? Your story may help others understand that they are also going through something similar. You are not alone on this journey. If you are experiencing this spiritual awakening, follow the channel and share this message with others who may be going through a similar transformation. Your path is unique, and by sharing, you can be a source of inspiration and support for those who are on the same journey.